Hello everyone, and welcome back to another TB Talks. Yes, everyone knows I am the star of the show. We've got rid of that senile old bastard, and it's just me from now on. Yes, it's TB Talks, yes, because I am the bestest bear of all time. Yes, that's me, TB Talks. Yes, no more Hookster, we got rid of him, senile old bastard. Now, in the studio, we have some special guests who are recording lines for the All Seasons final this Sunday. Yes, over in the left-hand corner, over there, we have got Cockney Dave. Say hello, Cockney. All right, Pebbles? Yeah, it's me, Cockney Dave. Ah, shut up. You know you fucking love me. And welcome back to the All Seasons. All right. Back it in. We'll add that later, okay? So there he is. There's Cockney Dave. And also, we've got a very, very, very special guest now. Yes. After last week's stream, which was seen by her, she has decided to come on to the show. So here she is, in all her glory. It's the Queen of England, Her Majesty. Well, hello there everyone. It's your Queen here, otherwise known as Your Majesty to all my fucking peasants. How are you all doing this evening? Now last week, while I was streaming through some of the adult entertainment channels, I happened to come across this video by F1 Games PlayStation. And I just happened to glance on it and they seem to have been talking about me. So I just thought I'd come on now to say a few things. I'd just like to say first, I do not suffer from vaginal dryness. No, I never have. No, I'm still as wet as a fish. Yes, as wet as a fish. You know those fish you get in the markets, and you touch them and they're all slimy, and then you get it all over your hands and just want to get that slime off, and you wipe it all over your body like that, and just wipe it. Oh! One of my nipples has gone hard. Well, that's been a few years, I have to admit. That has been a few years. Blimey. Well, unfortunately, now Prince Philip's gone, I do not call for that anymore. No. And I hope you're all paying your taxes. Yes, pay your taxes, because my carpet is in a hell of a state. It's so dirty. It really is. It's so dirty. Now, Prince Philip used to sort of go around with the Dyson once a week, but then the selfish little prick went and died on me, so I have to rely on Prince Andrew now to hoover my carpet. But he seems to just keep putting all the rubbish underneath the carpet for some unknown reason. No idea why he does that. And God does he sweat. Oh, it's just everywhere. It's just profusely. The smell. Oh, God. I just can't have him here anymore. No, I just can't have him here. That's why I stripped him of his privileges and his peerages and all that shite. Yes, because I can't. No, I just can't. No. He's just such a dirty boy. He really is. Just a seriously dirty boy. I just can't have him here anymore. Anyway, I hope you're all okay. Yes, everything's going okay in the UK right now. Well, apart from the fucking enormous cost of gas and electric. And I understand people are just huddling in corners with candles on right now. Oh, yes, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. I've had to change from a 140-watt bulb to 120, so I am really feeling the pinch myself. Yes, really feeling the pinch right now in Buckingham Palace. Yes, I had to change down to 120. I can hardly see what I'm reading these days, but, we all have to make these little sacrifices, don't we? We all have to make these little sacrifices indeed, yes. So, this is the Queen signing out now to all my lovely fucking peasants. Yes, don't forget, pay your taxes, because Buckingham Palace is in a right state. You want to see the state of the garden. It just needs a lot of work doing to make sure you pay all your taxes. Otherwise, I won't get a bloody penny. I won't get a bloody penny. No. Oh, all I do is live off my pension these days. It's ridiculous. It really is. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, they just don't pay me enough. They just don't pay me a bloody enough. Oh, then I had to put up with that Prince Andrew, the silly little twat. Oh, God. Imagine having that in your family. Just imagine the shame of having that in your family. God. Oh, I mean, I would send him to the tower and have his head chopped off, but apparently we haven't done that since the 1580s, so, yes, it's not really appropriate these days, but if I could, I bloody well would. Yes, I bloody well would. Anyway, this is the Queen signing off now. Thank you all, everyone. And just to confirm, I do not suffer from vaginal dryness. No, I do not. No, still slippery as a fish. Yes, still slippery as a fish. I may be 95, but I've still got it downstairs. I've still got it downstairs. Don't you worry about that. Okay then, Queenie's signing off right now. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. What the bloody hell was that? Any ideas? No, me neither. Okay, we'll just carry on then. We'll just carry on. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Yes, unfortunately, we haven't got anything to talk about because there's no Formula One news again because it's January and yeah, it's just nothing. So I have to talk about other things. Let's talk about Adele. Oh no, poor Adele, poor Adele. She couldn't do her Las Vegas thing, because everyone's off with COVID. Yeah, everything's off with COVID. And £2 million it costs for that stage to be put up. And they've taken it down now. They've taken it down because they can't be bothered with her. Apparently she's a right fucking diva. She really is. She demands this and demands that. And Las Vegas have just turned around and said, you know what, just go now. Just go because, we don't want to deal with you anymore. Just go. Okay, we're done. It's the curse of the James Bond theme tune, unfortunately, with Adele. Yeah, I've said it many, many times in the past. As soon as they do a Bond theme, their career's finished. Their career is finished. My other question is, why are all these fat birds suddenly getting slim over the last couple of years? What's going on there? I mean, I don't get it. We got Adele, we got Rebel Wilson. They've all slim right. What's the crack? I mean, I don't get it. I liked Adele as she was before. Yeah, I like a bit of a bit to grab hold of. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know why they're all slimming down. Or is it perhaps because there ain't as much food in Marks and Spencer's at the moment, and so they've had to, cut down a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, going off topic a little bit there. But yeah, poor Adele. Poor Adele. As I say, it's the curse of the Bond film. Now, let's go back to Lulu. Lulu. Yeah, she sang "The Man with the Golden Gun. He'll shoot anyone." Yeah, she did that theme tune, 1974. Don't worry, I am a bit of a Bond aficionado, so I'll get all the things in the right order for you. Yeah, so she did that theme tune, and then a few years later came along Sheena Easton, who appeared in a talent show which Lulu happened to be one of the judges of. And what did Lulu say about Sheena Easton? She said, well, I know one thing for sure. She's never going to sing a James Bond theme tune. No, that's what she said. That came out of Lulu's mouth. Yeah, and the moment she said that, Lulu's career finished. It flatlined almost overnight. Yeah, almost overnight. Just, and that was it. That was it for Lulu. Yeah. And Sheena Easton then came along in like the early 80s, and she started to get really popular. Yeah, really popular. She did that song with Prince, didn't she? Yeah, and all that stuff, all that shibazzle. She did all that, and so she started to get popular. Then she did For Your Eyes Only, Only For You in 1981, which was, by the way, was a terrible Bond film, absolutely crap. After Moonraker, which I absolutely loved, mainly because it was set in space. Yes, and as I'm a sci-fi nut, James Bond in space just did it for me, even though I have to admit Moonraker was a pretty shite film. Yeah, it was a pretty shite film. I mean, it was just... Do you know, I was reading the other day that Sean Connery, oh, Miss Money, Sean Connery actually went with Roger Moore for the premiere of Moonraker, and apparently he sat there with his mouth open, possibly during the whole of the film, and his comment at the end of it was that we have now come to the end of any sort of semblance of the character of James Bond. That, you know, that is it, and it's just reached ridiculous levels now. Yeah, but he was right, really. It was, but that was done purely because of Star Wars in 1977. Of course, Moonraker came out in 79. The producers of James Bond films saw Star Wars, saw the enormous popularity of it, and thought, we've got to do something. We've got to do something to compete. So they said, yep, okay, we'll put James Bond into space. And that's what they did. And, you know, it was a very silly movie. Very silly movie, yes. Possibly the most silliest James Bond film ever, with the exception of Die Another Day, which was bloody ridiculous. But yeah, it was a very silly movie, but it was a very enjoyable movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I have to admit it was pretty shit. Yes, it was pretty shit. But anyway, the shittier movie than that was the one that was after, which was For Your Eyes Only, because there was no gadgets. It wasn't in space, but then of course it wasn't going to be, because they couldn't just keep putting him in space every movie, could they? But yeah, it was just, it was shit, and there was no gadgets, and Roger Moore did look very old. Now, they were moaning about Roger Moore throughout the whole of his James Bond tenure, saying that how old he was. But I actually watched a few months ago the HD version of Moonraker, and I was just looking at the close-ups of his face, and Roger Moore was starting to get old during Moonraker, and that was 1979. So, you know, the writing was on the wall for him then. It wasn't really the later films in the 80s. It was really from that point onwards. But I also have just learnt recently that in 5 of his 7 James Bond films that he made, he had some quite serious kidney problems with kidney stones, and that to halt production for quite a few days during a lot of the filming of the James Bond films. And if you if you don't know, your kidneys are basically the lifeblood of the whole of your body. So if you've got problems with your kidneys, then that, you know, has problems with your hydration, and also, you know, like your skin and everything, really. So that can really start to make you look older than you were, because he wasn't that old. I mean, the last James Bond film he made, of course, was A View to a Kill. He was 56 years old, which for James Bond was old, but I mean, look at Daniel Craig. Yeah, he was, 52 when he's just made the last one, No Time to Die, 52. So, you know, it was only sort of 4 or 5 years difference. But yes, unfortunately, if you've got sort of kidney problems and stuff like that, then it does sort of make you... And in A View to a Kill, Roger Moore, he did look like Bond's father. He really did in that film. It's a shame, but he did really look like Bond's father, and he probably should have quit about 2 films before then. But, you know, he was a good old bloke, was Roger Moore. I thoroughly liked him. Mr. Eyebrow Movement himself. I can't do it. He was a master at that. But yeah, he was a top bloke. He really was, Roger Moore. And he knew what he was doing, the James Bond films. He knew that he wasn't taking them seriously, and he didn't want to take them seriously because he wanted to be different from Sean Connery, and that's fair enough. And him and Sean were very good friends as well, which is great to, you know, have that. You'd think that they'd be sort of serious rivals and would hate each other, but no, they were great friends. So that was great to see as well. But yeah, so that film was just rubbish. Yes. Absolute rubbish, I have to say. And it had the knock-on effect. It destroyed Sheena Easton's career. Yeah, sort of overnight. Oh, it took a little bit longer with Sheena Easton, I must admit, because she did have a few more hits in the 80s. But by about 85, I don't forget the film came out in 81, but by about 85, the career started to go, and she was gone. And I still say to this day, it's the curse of the James Bond theme tune. Yeah, if you want to destroy your career, just do a Bond theme tune. Yeah, just another example. Alicia Keys, although she was only half of the duo in Quantum of Solace, but yeah, her career gone straight after that came out. Gone. Alicia Keys, I mean, what does she do now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So there you go. It's the curse of the Bond theme tune. Don't do it. But yeah, poor Adele. We've got to feel sorry for Adele, haven't we? No, not really. But there you go. And yes, the sets have been deconstructed now. They've got other people in to cover until about May, I think. So I don't think Adele's ever going to be doing this set, to be honest. But there you go. There's the rich and privileged for you. Anyway, let's continue now because I've been waffling on for 16 minutes now. Let's have a look and see if there's anybody in the chat. Probably not. Probably not. It is Thursday night. There's probably no one about. Only people that come on here are sort of, people who are taking a break and stuff like that. But apart from that, there's nothing really going on. We've got 6 viewers. I don't believe it. TB, come back. Come back, TB. TB. TV, we got 6 viewers. We got 6 bloody viewers. 6 bloody viewers. Say hello to everyone, TB. Say hello to everyone. Yes. TB the bear. TB the bear. We just love TB the bear. Oh, I just want to rip those trousers off you. Oh, come here, you little bastard. Ooh. Oh. Yes. Let's put your trousers up, otherwise we'll get more complaints from Childline. There we go. He's just a bear. He's just a bear. He's fine. He really is fine. Yes, there he is. Just a bear. So who have we got? Bloody hell. Hello, Mr. Shane Paul. Welcome to the show. Mr. Bear, the real star of the show. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah. I'm just nothing now because, of course, he was in Star Trek, so I can't compete with that, can I? Even though it was the 60s, I still can't compete with that. He is the star of the show. What can you say? Get that bloody bear off my screen. He's gone. He's gone, Mr. Will. Now, Mr. Will, I've got a bone to pick with you. Due to your constant moaning at me about getting people on Hookster Talks, and especially the great God himself, Mr. Araver, I can tell you, and this is official, yeah, this is official, I contacted Araver at the weekend to ask him to be on this show. And that is straight up 100% true. Yes, I emailed Araver at the weekend to ask him to be on this show. Unfortunately, I haven't had a reply yet. But he did read the email. And you know what? That's good enough for me. I think I'm going to put that on my Twitter bio now. Araver read my email. Yeah, I think that's what... and I'm done. So my future career is now finished because, I don't need any more. Araver read my email. That's it. But yeah, unfortunately, no reply yet. May have had something to do with the fact that I did happen to mention that I couldn't actually pay him. I don't know. Maybe that was the clincher. Maybe I should have offered him a tenner or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was probably could have been the thing that may have soured the deal a little bit. But yes, I did actually contact Araver by email. But sadly, no reply as yet. But I'm still hopeful. There's still time. He could be very, very busy and go through all his emails, and a couple of weeks' time, I may get a reply back from Araver, and oh my God, it'll be so exciting indeed. So, fingers crossed, we may get him on the show. Because I've got so many things I want to ask him. It's unbelievable. So many things. Dave, it's time you went to the barbers and got a haircut. Well, thankfully, Will, I don't have to go to the barbers because I cut my own hair. So, basically, you're saying it's time you cut your hair, Hookster. So, yeah, it's just so cold at the moment, though. It's trouble. With the fuel crisis, not putting the heating on. I just extra layer. But yeah, it's getting near to getting the haircut because as soon as it starts coming out these side bits here, I start to look like a history teacher. So we can't have that. So yeah, it won't be long now. Thankfully, I've turned the sound off. Well, my hair's so long, I can't really say anything. I see. I see. Someone tell me when David's being remotely sensible. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. I pride myself that I have never, ever been remotely sensible in my life. Never. No. No. Not even at a funeral. Now, here's a funny story. You're going to say, what? A funny story about a funeral? Yes. I was at my granddad's funeral. This was a few years ago now. Way before COVID. Possibly, I'm just trying to think. About 6 or 7 years ago, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. And someone had brought me a key ring. Okay. To go on my keys. I've still got it. In fact, it's about somewhere. I'll see if I can find it one day. And someone bought me a key ring. It was a Thunderbird's key ring. Okay. And every time you press the side of this button, yeah, it would go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. That's what it used to do. And it was really loud as well, the sound coming out of it. Anyway, so I had this on my bunch of keys, you see. You know what's going to happen now, don't you? Yeah, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? So I went to my granddad's funeral, and we went through all the service and everything, and it was fine, you know. And then, of course, you have to get up at the end to sing my other hymns, you know, back in the day, yeah. So the service was over. We all got up to start singing the hymn. Now, just before you start singing, of course, it all goes quiet, all goes completely silent before everyone starts singing. So everyone's sort of getting themselves ready and prepared to go. So we all got up to sing the song. It went into total silence indeed. And unfortunately, unbeknown to me, my keys were in my pocket. And as I got up, it had obviously pressed the button on the side of the key ring. And so in total silence, everybody suddenly heard 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. It was quite possibly the most embarrassing thing I'd ever experienced in the whole of my life, and trust me, I've been through worse than that. But yes, that was just unbelievable. My sister was standing right next to me, ready to sing the song, and as soon as it finished, she gave me the look of the same look of Michael Myers, you know, from Halloween movies. She gave me that sort of look, or you know, anyone sort of like that serial killer look. You know, it was like. But she didn't say anything. No, didn't say a word. Then we all started singing the hymn. It was all over. We went outside, and she ripped a strip off me, to put it bluntly. And I said, look, it wasn't my fault. It's on a hair trigger. How was I supposed to know it was going to happen at exactly that moment? So, yeah. And in the end, she started laughing about it. And then I started laughing about it. And then we just, because my granddad was known as a bit of a comedian anyway. That's probably where he taught me, in fact. I did get a lot of his jokes that I nicked off him back in the day. And so I think he would probably have found it quite funny, the fact that that happened at that moment. So there you go. It's a funny story about a funeral. If you could ever have a funny story about a funeral. Yeah, Thunderbirds a go. Fucking thing. So there you go. Right, what else we got? God, Dave, our queen. Thank you, Joseph. You like that? Yes. She's a good old girl. Yeah, I'd still give her one. I don't care if she's 95. She's still got it. Hi, Dave and TV. Hope you're both well. Thank you, Scott. Yes, thank you. Very well, thanks, mate. Goose. Yes, Mr. Will had to make a comment a couple of days ago saying what Argoose was. I think I said it in my last stream. Argoose is what posh people call Argos. Yes, because in Chatham, as it's well known, it's a very, very, very upmarket and posh neighbourhood that I live in. Yeah, in Chatham, very, very posh. We only have sort of the best people, you know, around. Most of the houses are within about the £500,000 up to £1 million properties is all we have. Luxury penthouses, stuff like that is basically consists of Chatham. Yeah, I mean, don't take my word for it. Look it up on Google and you'll see that the properties, it's now become the new Chelsea of England. Yes, New Chelsea. That's what we're going to call it soon. We're going to change its name to New Chelsea. So yeah, all the houses are really upmarket. So for us, we couldn't merely just call it Argos. We have to call it Argus. Yes, it's Argus. Are we going into Argus? Yes, we're going into Argus to get us some more memory cards. That's all I ever going to Argus for is memory cards. And sadly, it's shut now. But I've just found out it's opened again somewhere else. Still in Chatham. So it don't really matter, does it? All that fuss for nothing. There you go. Well, apart from launch dates being announced, Dave, and that disgusting Ferrari race suit that got revealed today. Yeah, that's not been a lot, has there, Joseph? Not been a lot. Of course, we've still got the Lewis Hamilton saga. Will he come back? Will he not? Is he retired? Is he not retired? Oh, who knows? Who knows? Who bloody cares, to be honest? Yeah, who cares? Well, I've just seen that they've just employed one of the Honda men at Red Bull, so that's good. It's almost still going to be a Honda engine this year, which is good news, good news. But apart from that, there's nothing because we're in this horrible January. And the thing I hate about January is it's so bloody long as well, 31 days in a month. It just seems to drag on forever. February will be a very, very short month, and we'll get some F1 stuff started up with the testing, which I understand is not going to be shown on TV. That's rather regrettable. Everyone who's got their Sky F1 whatever, although I do notice that a lot of people actually cancel that as soon as the season finishes and then resubscribe. That's very clever. Well done to all of you that do that, because let's face it, there is nothing to watch on Sky F1 as soon as the season's over, is there? They just show bloody repeats of old races. So yeah, I notice a lot of people unsubscribe and then subscribe again when the season starts. So well done, that is a good idea, very good idea. Although knowing Sky, they'll probably end up doing 12-month contracts on that soon. So you'll have to do it for the whole year. Because it's going to happen. Or perhaps they do now. I don't know. I haven't got Sky. So there you go. Oh, God. Not this bloke. Yes, Jamie, it's this bloke. He's back again. Yes. Sponging for views. Sponging for cash. I tell you, it's unbelievable. Just sponging for, it's just a complete sponge. Yeah, he's sponged for everything. Begging for views. Please watch the video. I'll put something good in the title just so you can watch it. Yeah, yes, look, naked dancing girls. There's never been any naked dancing girls. I've never seen any, but he puts them in it every single week. Every single week. Unbelievable. Hello, Mr. Oh, I can't say that name. P&L Pessy. Is that you, sir? Is that you, P&L Pessy? That's probably completely wrong, but I'm going to say that's you. We are not allowed to watch F1 pre-season testing this year. Oh dear. Not good. Apart from Sakia, this one is live. Barcelona for some reason isn't. Dave, apparently some of Arava's My Team car live is available in Podium Pass. Yes, Mr. Will, I saw that. Unfortunately, they haven't approached me for the Hookster Racing Virgin Team livery to be included. I'd say I'm very upset about that. Very upset because, it would be a great thing to have, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you like to drive around on F1 2021 as the Hookster Racing Virgin? Wouldn't you? I know you would. Yeah, so would... Well, I say so would I. I already do. But other people could enjoy the Hookster Racing Virgin team. But sadly, it's not to be. No, it's not to be. They just don't like me, Will. They just... No, Codemasters hate me. They just really hate me. They really do. Yes. It's just... not fair. I'm so good to Codemasters. I really am. That video about EA buying it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I don't know what they're complaining about, but yeah, they just don't like me. No. P&L says I actually like the Quantum of Solace theme far better than Spectre. Yeah, you're quite right. Yeah, that was a good theme. I did like it. The theme was okay, as I say. It's just unfortunate that it destroys people's careers after they bring it out. But yeah, I agree with you there. I didn't like the Spectre theme at all. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no decent themes recently, have there, really? Radiohead were going to do the Spectre theme, but the band rejected it because it was too dark. Interesting, interesting. Didn't know that. Shane Paul, it's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday for you tomorrow, Shane. You know what that means, don't you? Well, of course, it's a special birthday wave from TB the Bear. Yes, TB the Bear. Well done. He says, happy birthday, Shane Paul. Wow, that voice sounded just like me. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done, everyone. Well done to Shane Paul's birthday tomorrow. Yes. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back before breakfast. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Right. Let's continue with the comments. Just ensure TB isn't naked at any point. Now, Will, have I ever shown TB naked on here? Have I? Well, yes, I have. And you should encourage me, Will, because, you know, it may happen again. It may happen again. Yes. He loves being naked, don't you? Yes. Bare behind. He likes being bareback. Ah, yeah, that's a great joke, Dave. Well done. Offer out of 30 quid to be on Hookster. 30 quid? 30 quid? That's the YouTube budget for a year there, Will. You're asking me to spend the YouTube budget for a year just to get out of on Hookster. Well, I don't know. I don't know. If anybody really wants to see me talk to Arava on Hookster Talks, then give me a £30 donation and I'll offer it to him and see what he says. I'm sure he'll do it for 30 quid. I'm sure. I mean, anyone will do anything for 30 quid, won't they? What do you reckon, TB? Yeah, TB does lots of things for 30 quid, but we can't go on to them, no, because that's on his special OnlyFans page. Yes, OnlyFans. Don't go there. That's not good. That's not good. You look like a history teacher. At least it ain't a geography teacher. You're owning a beige Volvo estate. Yeah, that's true. I've never had a Volvo. That's good. I was always a Ford man. Yeah, my sister did. She always had Volvos. Yeah, she had a Volvo 240 GL estate. You remember those? Yeah, in blue. Oh my god, it was like a tank. It really was. And it was I think it was a 2.5. She had the 2.5 litre one with the turbo in it or something. It was something ridiculous. It was, I mean, it didn't go fast, even with 2.5 litres in it. It still didn't go fast because of the sheer weight of the thing. It was literally like driving a Sherman tank. It was ridiculous. But back in the day when she bought it, they were dirt cheap with the old Volvos, dirt cheap. I remember she had a part go on the dashboard once, and she took it to a garage, and I can't remember what it was that actually went, but the garage said, "I'm sorry, we can't actually replace this part." And she said, "Oh, why is that?" She said, "Well, they haven't actually made this part since about 1946. 1946! Yeah, so God knows what people were doing with their Volvos if this part went. They were obviously just getting them from scrapyards and replacing them because they actually stopped doing it. I don't know what the part was. It was saying on the dashboard. It was probably like a light or something, I don't know, or a sensor, maybe a sensor. But they'd stopped making those sensors in 1946. Wow. Good old Volvo. It's a great car though. It was a great car. Absolutely. 2.5 litre. It felt like it was epic. But when you drove it, it really wasn't. No, it was pretty ordinary. It really was. You'd think, wouldn't you? 2.5 litre turbo. Oh my god. But it just felt like an ordinary car, you know, it wasn't any different. And it didn't have much acceleration because, as I say, the sheer weight of it was it's so heavy. So heavy, really was. I see what Top Gear presenter you're referring to in which episode. Okay. Moving on. Indeed. Get Mr. Rules on Hookster Talks and tell him to explain all. Well, I would if he actually bothered to answer any of my messages, but once again, he's completely ignoring me, even though I made him the famous global superstar that he is right now, and quite possibly got him that job at the race because, you know, if they hadn't have watched some of his YouTube videos, probably wouldn't have got the job. So I did it all for him, but he won't answer me. No. Lots of messages, no replies. So who knows? Who knows what he's doing now? Well, the engine is still being made in Japan as the Red Bull powertrain factory isn't going to be open until April. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I did see a piece about that Red Bull factory. I saw Christian Horner taking people around. They've like built it on the side of the factory that's there, haven't they? Sort of, you know, so they've now got a powertrain department. I think it looks quite good, but not going to be ready till April. Now. See, I love these bits. Could that put a spanner in the works for Red Bull for the start of the season? Could it? I don't know. Maybe. We will see. But there's definitely a question mark there about whether or not they'll have the same performance in the engine that they had last year. And if they're getting the other engine from Japan and then it's going to transfer over to the base in the UK in April, you know, there's transitions that has to go through, isn't there? And anything like that slightly takes the edge off their performance gains throughout the season. So it could affect the start of the season for the Red Bulls. Not saying it will. I mean, it could go the other way and could actually affect them better. And come April, their performance could actually start to dip down. So it could work the other way. Who knows? But there's definitely a question mark there with Red Bull, which is great because we want to see all this intrigue and whatever. Because apart from anything else, I want to see how well the Red Bull does with their own engine. I mean, we all know it's still the Honda engine. And we now know that there's Honda engineers going to work on it. But it's still not going to be actually made from Honda. And the development of that, this is the only reason they agreed to do, wasn't it? Because the development of the engine has now been locked off. So there won't be any sort of... I mean, they'll develop the existing engine that's there. But, you know, they won't be able to sort of make any new ones in the future. I think until about 2026, isn't it? And then all the rules change again. So this engine now has got to take them through 22, 23, 24, 20, bloody hell, 5 years. 5 years. That's a long time in Formula One, isn't it? Long time in Formula One. Then it looks like 2026, or was it 2024? It's one of those 2 years. Looks like they might be getting rid of the hybrid because it looks like it's just it hasn't done what it wanted to achieve, which is, you know, they were trying to be more economic, more ecologically friendly in Formula One, but that hasn't worked with the hybrid. It really hasn't, because the hybrid cost, was it $25,000 an engine, and those old V10s were about half that price. So it really hasn't worked from a cost sort of advantage, and the ecological advantage as well. Well, it hasn't really been a lot, has it? Let's face it, hasn't really been a lot. And as I've said in the past very many times, you ain't going to save the planet by, you know, getting rid of 20 cars going around twice a month in V8 engines. That's not going to make any difference to the planet whatsoever. It was just basically because all the environmentalists were moaning about Formula One, spewing out all these emissions. So they had to do something. So they came up with the hybrid engine in 2014, which was their answer to all these critics. But now, as the years have gone on, that answer is no more. Because the engines are they haven't fulfilled what they were set out to do. And it looks like they're going to be scrapped, which is good. I know one of the parts is going, isn't it? Is it the MGUH? I think it's the MGUH. It's going to disappear. Is it this year or next year? I don't know. Might be 2023. But the MGUH, which is one of the 3 parts of the engine system, is going to disappear. So that's good. Especially if you're on the Formula 1 games, because I hate it when those things wear out. It's horrible. But in real life, it's actually going to disappear. So you're only going to have the ICE and the MGUK. Or is it the MGUK it's going? I can't remember. But it's one of those 2 is going. And that'll be good in the future. Of course, less of a part to go wrong as well. But as for sort of engine development, they're pretty stuffed at Red Bull for a few more years yet. But there's nothing wrong with that engine, so it should be good to go. But is the focus going to be off, as I say, because of getting their engine from Japan and then having to reorganise everything to come back to England in April? Well, possibility is a possibility. But hopefully it'll be fine at Red Bull. Because we still want them to challenge Mercedes, don't we? We do not want a Mercedes dominating year. Now, of course, the great thing about 2022 is everything is reset. There's zero data on these cars until they start testing next month. Zero data. They haven't got a clue. And that's great. That is great to see. I love that. So any one of the teams in Formula 1 this year, in 2022, could turn out to be race winners. Now, obviously, you've got to put your smart money on the top runners, Mercedes, Red Bull. But from Red Bull down, any one of those could come out of the shadows and be right up there. McLaren could. I think it's doubtful, but they could. But last year they did seem to tail off a bit, didn't they, towards the end of the season, I have to say. Performance definitely took a dip down, and that's sadly very indicative of McLaren in the past. They start the season strong and they seem to dip down towards the end, don't they? Which is a shame. But McLaren could. Now, Alpine could as well, because Alpine was doing pretty well towards the end of last season. So Alpine could cut. I'm not going to say they're going to win races. I mean, they could do, but I'm not going to say they're going to win races. But they could be up. We need someone else up there to fight with the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. So Alpine could be up there. Ferrari, they could be as well. That's a possibility. There's a lot of talk about what's happening at Ferrari. So we will see. Let's hope they get some TV coverage this year, because I didn't even know they were in the races last year. No. I mean, I only get the highlights, but there was pretty much zero coverage of Ferrari last year, even in the highlights. Yeah. Because they weren't doing anything, were they? They're finishing 5th and 6th with old Charlie Boy and Carlos Sainz, and there's nothing exciting going on, so the cameras didn't sort of go to them. So hopefully they'll sort that out. And Ferrari could be right up there. I seriously don't think they will be, though. I think they'll be the same as last season. But as I say, reset button has been reset, and so all brand new. It's great to see. This is very much like the 2003 season, isn't it? Where they done that qualifying rule changes and everything was reset. So it's going to be good to see. Hopefully, let's just hope we don't have one team that comes out dominant again. If it is, it'll most likely be Mercedes. And it ends up as a boring season, because we don't want that. Especially with these new cars. We want some excitement. And no more DRS, which is great to see. So they've got to pass them purely on slipstream. I love that. Really do. But let's hope it all works out. Could turn out to be a great disaster. Yes, that is me. This is a temporary name until I can think of a new one. Okay. No problem, Mr. Pessy. I don't like watching the classic Race on Sky video. They got the full F1 IT experience, for example. Yeah, luckily I haven't got Sky, so I don't know Sky. All I know is that they show old races, because occasionally Sky let me watch Sky F1 for free, sometimes for about a week. But it's all old races, repeats of the season before, and all stuff like that. Because what else are they going to put on it? It's Sky F1, isn't it? What else can they get? They're going to start putting movies on it, are they? So, yeah. Rubbish. I think Sky One have got the 24 hours of Daytona race. Nice. Getting old. I'm 41, says Shane Paul. Yeah, still a youngster, mate. You wait till you get to 52, my age. Yeah, then everything starts dropping off. Yeah, well, to be fair, that was about 10 years ago. But yeah, 52, that's when everything starts dropping off. Nah, you're fine, mate. 41, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Yeah, YouTube restrictions. Just Jamo says, I met Kid Bookie today. No idea who he was until someone told me he'd done a song with Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Wow, well done, Jamie. I had no idea what that sentence meant, but well done. Music stopped with me with S Club 7. S Club. S Club. Wow, I'm 20 this year, so does that make you feel old or something? Sorry, it does, Will. It does, very much. Yes, very much. Bloody hell, 20. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, I tell you. Unbelievable. I can't even remember when I was 20. What was I doing when I was 20? Bloody hell. Oh, I do know. I was working in a wine warehouse. Yes. Unloading wines and spirits for the masses. That's what I was doing when I was 20. Unbelievable. Bloody cold warehouse, freezing temperatures, no heating on, in the winter, right next to a dock and right next to a large river. Right next to a large river. Stone's throw away. So every time you went outside, which was all the time, because I used to drive a forklift, so I used to have to be outside all the time. As soon as you went outside, you've got this icy cold blast of wind that came off from the river and literally hits you straight in the face, and oh my god, that was great times. I thoroughly enjoyed that, I'll tell you, in the winter. And the summer was just as bad because it was like 120 degrees because I had to unload containers, and inside the container, as soon as the sun hits a container, it heats it up to about 3 times what it should be, about 120 degrees. I used to sweat me thingies off. Yeah, horrible. Hey ho. Dave, be sensible now. I'll try, Will. I'll try, but it's not in my nature. £30 times 1,000. Yeah, you got that right, Joseph. Yeah, £30 times 1,000. I might just get Arava on the show. Yeah, I might just. But fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. He may come back with an email in the next couple of weeks, and we might be golden. We might be golden. I mean, he might be watching this right now. If you are Mr. Arava, then I'd like to say thank you for reading my email and give us a bell. Get back to us as soon as you can, and we'll get the interview sorted out, because there's lots of things I'd like. And look at my adoring fan club. They all would like to ask you questions live as well, wouldn't you, fans? Wouldn't you? You'd all like to ask questions to Arava. Yes. So come on. Just ring us. Just give us an email. Email us back and say, yeah, it's only 30 minutes. That's all it is. It'll be 30 minutes of your time. 30 minutes of your time. That's all. Yeah. And we'll get all the questions in as quick as we can in 30 minutes, and then it'll be done. No problem. I mean, look, the fans want it. All the fans here want to ask you questions in 30 minutes. I'm sure we can get loads of questions in if I talk really, really fast. So there you go. I was watching the WRC highlights last night. Sebastian Loeb has still got it. Yes, he has. 43 years old, isn't he? 43 years old. There you go, Shane. There you go. There you go. Saying you're old. 43 years old for Sebastian, and he's still winning WRC. And he's not been in it for what, 6 years, is it? 6 years? Something like that. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. That car does look nice, though. That Puma. That does look bloody nice. Volvo Estate, a.k.a. the car made famous by being the BT. Yes, exactly. That exact car. And it was in Gran Turismo 4 as well. Yeah. My sister loved that, she did. Oh, my God. Yeah, I let her drive it in GT4 as well. She was beside herself with joy. And exactly, you could have it exactly the same colour that her car was. It was like a sort of aqua blue colour, something like that. Yeah, and so I made it aqua blue, and I let her drive it on GT4. Oh, she was in her element, I'll tell you, in her element. Yeah, unbelievable. Just keep emailing Mr. Rules and he might eventually read and reply. Well, I will do, Will. I will do. But, you know, there's only so long you can flog a dead horse, as they say. And but I will keep trying, definitely. And hopefully, we may get an answer. We may get an answer, but we will have to see. Also, smart decisions, Dave, on driving for Renault in the all seasons. Good practice for the ERL. Yeah, thanks, Scott. Yeah, it was a tactical decision because I was running out of engines. And I didn't want to put a new engine in and have to start right at the back of the grid. So, yes. Now, this Sunday, we have the all-seasons final, yes, which I'm working on at the moment. So, that will be on Sunday. And all I can say at the moment is, bloody hell. bloody hell. A few very unexpected things have happened already. I've still got one episode to record, which is Abu Dhabi. I'm not going to give any more away, but I've still got one more to record tonight, Abu Dhabi, and that's the season final. But all I can say is some very unexpected things have happened in these last 2 episodes. Yes. I will say no more. But yeah, hopefully that'll be out Sunday if I can get it finished in time. Because it's a little bit extra when it's a final because there's an extra race to put in. And I have to pay Cockney Dave to come in the studio and he's ridiculous. He is. Aston Martin and McLaren. Yeah, you could be right there, Jamie. They could be up there. I'd like to see Aston Martin up there with... Now, I've heard a rumour. Now, this is a rumour. Put this one in your hat. That if Lewis Hamilton has quit, they want Sebastian Vettel at Mercedes. Yeah, that's the rumour. I heard that the other day. Oh, my God. And they've said that he would definitely take it. I mean, why wouldn't he? But yeah, that's the rumour. Sebastian Vettel at Mercedes. You heard it here fourth. Because it's already been on the news. So yeah, I can't claim it as mine. But yeah, you heard it here. Sebastian Vettel at Mercedes. Now that would be a thing. I want to see Ferrari winning again. Yeah, so do I. And I hope they do better this year. McLaren as well. Yeah, Lando, Sainz and George will all win a race. That is my prediction. Well, you could be right there, Mr. Pessy. You could be right there. I think Lando's definitely got a chance. Carlos Sainz, I'm not quite sure about Ferrari because we need to know whether they're going to perform or not. But George Russell, that's pretty much got to be a certainty that he's going to win at least one race this year. He's got to, hasn't he? Got to. Unless Mercedes have really cocked up their car this year, but I can't see that happening. So yeah, he's definitely going to win a race at some point. Dave, according to you, everyone could be up there. Well, that's right, Jamie. Everyone could be up there. We could have the Alfa Romeo could be. Bottas could be winning a race. Bottas could be winning one. Who knows? It's all up in the air, mate. It's all up in the air. I love it. Hit the reset button. They should do that every 3 years. Just hit the reset button, start it all again. Completely new cars, new designs, everything, and that's what they should do. I mean, 2014 we've had these. 20. When was it? Yeah, 2014 we've had these cars, isn't it? Or something like that, anyway. We've had them a long time now. Ever since the hybrid engine came in. Hybrid engine, yes, which hasn't worked. But anyway, enough of that subject. Pinal Pessy. Just a shame WRC has died because of manufacturers pulling out and dominating. Yeah, you're right. I used to love the WRC. I used to watch it religiously. I haven't watched it for years. Because of just that fact that a lot of people have pulled out of it. I was watching the touring car as well, but unfortunately I missed last year's because my Virgin recording box crapped out on me and I had them all recorded and I lost all the recordings. So I think I saw the first round of the BTs and that was it. So I lost all of them. So I didn't see last year's, but the touring car is, I don't know, that's not holding my interest at the moment either, I have to say, unfortunately. I was watching it for Jade Edwards, but unfortunately she's not in a car that's up to the job, unfortunately. So she's having a bit of bad luck there. But we're not quite sure whether she's going to be back this year, but hopefully she will be. International Alberto says F1 Championship Edition Series. Well, I have done an F1 Edition Championship Series on the All Seasons. Yeah, it's there somewhere in the back catalogue. So yeah, I think I did 2 seasons on that before I won the championship. So yeah, go back and have a look at that. And championship season is there. Yes. Seb will go to Merck if the knob jockey has gone. Yeah, you're quite right, Jamie. Yeah, if Lewis has gone, Seb will definitely go to Merck. I mean, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? And that contract with Aston Martin, well, we know what contracts are like. They're not as binding as everyone thinks. And yeah, Mercedes will probably have to give Aston Martin some cash for Sebastian. But that happens all the time. We know that. They'll probably have to give him, I don't know, 5 mil or whatever to retain his services over to Mercedes. But I say that's happened all the time. I mean, look at Valtteri Bottas. They did that with us at Williams, wouldn't they? And they took him at Mercedes that to, give a bit of cash to sweeten the deal. Mind you, he was Toto Wolff's manager, so, they didn't give much cash, obviously. But yeah, that happens all the time. But yeah, Seb will definitely go to Mercedes if the chance comes up. I mean, it'd be absolutely crazy not to. Crazy not to. I mean, because quite frankly, you could see out his career at Mercedes, couldn't he? And that would be it. I don't know how old he is now. He's 33, 34. So he's getting into the Lewis Hamilton almost finished age, isn't he? So yeah, what a great thing to have to finish your career at Mercedes. There's not a lot of drivers that actually get to finish their careers in top cars, is there? I've said this before on previous streams. You usually start at the top and then you start to, as your career goes on, you usually start to go into the lower teams. A lot of the top drivers ended up at Jordan, didn't they, when Jordan were about, when they didn't have the speed anymore. It was always either Jordan or Sauber or sometimes Orange in the case of Heinz Harald Frentzen. Yes, as I say, he was at Williams, ended up in Arrows. Orange Arrows, which eventually went bust anyway, didn't they? But that's usually the path of the course of an F1 driver. You usually in a top team and then you quit when you've had enough because you don't want to go into a middle of the road team, or you end up going down the middle of the road team order until you eventually retire. As I say, in like a Jordan. Yeah, I mean, Nigel Mansell almost went to Jordan. Can you believe that? Almost went to Jordan. Yeah. Luckily he didn't, but he almost did. He came this close to being in the Jordan car. But yeah, that was after he'd been at Williams and after he'd left to do his champ cars and Indy cars. And then he came back again into the McLaren, which was a complete disaster because apparently the car was too small for him to fit into. No, he just got too fat. Because Mark Blundell managed to get into the car, right? Yeah. But it was a bad car anyway, that McLaren, with that stupid wheel on the front, just for stability, because the car was it wasn't a good McLaren. But yeah, he almost ended up at Jordan, which was, couldn't have seen Nigel Mansell at Jordan. He didn't fit Eddie's team at all. So yeah, I'm glad that didn't ever happen. Despite how much I despise Lewis, it will be a shame for him to lead the sport like this if he does happen. Yeah, I agree with you. I would like to have, for him to have been legitimately beaten for a season and then leave, because after all that happened, all that controversy at the end of the last season, it's still all up in the air and everyone's saying, well, I don't know. Did Max win that? Or was it a steward's win race? I don't know. So yeah, it would be nice to see Lewis actually beaten properly, and then he say, right, that's it, I'm out of here. But we will see. If Vettel does go to Mercedes, then who will take the place of the Aston Martin? Good question. Who will take his place? Not quite sure there at all. Who would take his place at Aston Martin? Interesting question there. I don't quite know what the answer to that would be, because most of the other drivers are pretty much in their contracts now, aren't they? So yeah, Watch this space is all I can say. The BTC cars need to be colourful this season again. Yes, I agree. Edwards won't be back this year as of now. Could shut. Oh, thank you, Jamie. There you go. Breaking news, everyone. At the moment, Jade Edwards will not be in this year's BTCC, but that could change, of course, if she does manage to get the drive. That's a shame, because I recorded all those episodes just to watch her in it. I mean, I've heard from other people that she didn't do very well, but as I say, a lot of that was due to the fact that the car wasn't that good. She wasn't in a top running car, to be honest. So yeah, it's a shame though she doesn't come back after that. But there you go. Andy Neat won't be back. I don't think. He was very reckless towards Jade. Yeah, he was. He was a bloody good driver years back. I remember Andy Neat, but I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's just got old. And, can't be bothered anymore. But, yeah, Alonso will probably retire again this season. Need to get Pistori into F1. I quite agree. Yeah, I should think Alonso will probably... You can pretty much see that when he did that deal to come back to F1, he just wanted to try out these new 2022 cars and then probably hang his helmet up after that. So I'm pretty sure this will be his last year in Formula One. I mean, he hasn't done bad at Alpine, I have to say. I think at the start of the season I predicted that he was going to do terrible, and he didn't do terrible. But he didn't do much more than average, did he? Let's face it. Few good races, but mostly pretty average. So I reckon he'll see this season out, and then he'll probably say, "That's it, I'm out of here for the last time." Yes, because he won't come back again. I don't think any Formula One drivers ever come back for a third time. I'll have to look that up, but I don't think anyone has. No, don't think anyone has. I think Nico Hulkenberg will take drive for Seb went to Merck. Yeah, you could be right there, Scott. You could be right there. Hulk, I forgot about him. Yeah, that's a good thing. I forgot about him as well. Hulkenberg, the greatest wingman of the last few years, because as soon as anything goes wrong, they call him up, don't they? So yeah, he could definitely get that. Alonso has done well at Alpine, I think. Yeah, he has done well. Yeah, he has done well. He just hasn't, I was expecting him to shine a little bit more than what he has done, but no. I'm pretty sure he'll see out this year and then say, right, that's it. Enough is enough. And talking about enough is enough, it's time for me to wrap up the stream. I'd just like to say, oh, wait a minute, got more messages. He defended Lewis from overtaking. Yeah, Hulk is their reserve driver. Yeah, well done, Jamie. So, yeah, we could have Hulk there. That would be good. Good to see. So, there you go. Well, that's surprising considering we had absolutely zero F1 news, that we've actually got some F1 news out of nothing. I quite like that. Anyway, it's time for me to wrap up the stream. So I'd just like to say thank you everyone tonight for being as awesome as always, to Just JMO, to Pinal Pessy, I hope I've got that name right. Pinal Pessy, Scott Barnes, Mr. International Alberto. Who else we got? Will F1. Oh, who can forget Will F1? Can't do that. Shane Paul, of course, was there as well. Joseph JW97 was there. And I think that's everyone. Let's have a look. Yes, that's everyone tonight. So I'd just like to say thank you, everyone. You've been awesome, as always. And a special TB wave from me. Yeah, well, from him, not from me. Well, I can wave as well. Look, whee! But yes, good night from TB. And I'll be back on Friday. There's another video on Friday. And the All Seasons Funnel, don't forget, not final, funnel, will be on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. At its usual 5 p.m. time. Yes, you could set your watch by it, couldn't you, TB? Yes. Oh, you gorgeously sexy bear. Oh, I just want to lick every inch of you. Lick every inch of you. Oh, God, I just want to rip those clothes off you. Oh, come here, TB. Come here, let's get these trousers off you. Let's get these trousers off him. Look, here comes the trousers. They're coming off, lads. They're coming off, look. Get these bloody trousers off him. Oh. Da, 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 da. Come on, come on. I never had this trouble in the 80s. Da, da, da. Look at him, look, he's bottom naked, look at him. Woo, woo. He's as free as a bird, Come on, we gotta get the rest off now. Come on, get this bloody top off. Come on. Don't forget, everyone, to subscribe to TB's OnlyFans. Yes, OnlyFans, where he does a lot more than this. Unfortunately, can't do much more than this because it's too rude for YouTube. But yeah, oh my God. Come on, let's get this bloody shirt off you. Get it off the... Why have you still got the tags on you? It's been like 10 years now. It's been 10 bloody years. Da 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 da. Naked bear. Whoa, look at that. Free. He's so free. You know, it takes me about 10 fucking minutes to put that back on again there. Anyway, thank you, everyone. You've been awesome as always. Thank you for me and the bear. There's the bear saying hello, and goodbye. Yes, goodbye. Hope you all have a splendid evening. I'm off now to the tower to be beheaded by the Queen for my comments that I made in my stream about her still being a good goer at 95. I still stand by it. She's 95, but I'd still give her one. Yeah. Tell you, she's still like a wet fish. I bet you she's still like a wet fish. Yeah. Oof, all slimy and... Hello, Mr. YouTube man. How are you doing this evening? Yes. Oh, are you checking this video for monetization? Oh, great. We'll give you a special wave then. Here you go, TB wave. Look, yes, no, nothing offensive going on during this video, is there, TB? No. Nothing offensive at all. Whoa. Oh, get up there, TB. Go on, TB. Go on, yes. Go on, my son. Yes. Okay, that's enough of that. Thanks, everyone. And I will catch you later. Just see if there's any more comments before I go. They're probably all just in amazement. Thank you for another great stream. See you soon, Dave. Yes, thank you, everyone. Good night. Have an awesome Thursday. And I will see you Friday and Sunday. Bye-bye now.